league when he was young. I mean, even a LeBron who has lost a step is more athletic than 95% of our league.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
And you know, with the Warriors, it goes beyond the stats. High character guys, tremendous culture. They had a lot of guys that could guard multiple positions and defend them well. That was a big reason they became champs.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
First free throw is good.
And you just look at this Warriors roster, and there are a ton of defensive playmakers. That ability to switch everything and be fine is what made them so tough on the defensive side of the ball.
Mo Williams is checked in for Cleveland. And Iguodala drops them both. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he had been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. Then last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And getting back to Iguodala last season, not only did he come off the bench for the first time ever, but he really thrived in doing so. Playing the fewest minutes per game of his career, he was able to avoid some of the nagging injuries that had plagued him in the past. And so he could stick around to help the Warriors assemble that franchise record of 67 wins last season.
You know, for Iguodala at this point in his career, it's just about winning. He's had a couple of large contracts. He's made multiple All-Star teams, but now it's about rings for him. And he got one.
Love against Green. And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
There's the steal.
It's good to swing the ball, but you got to be careful going cross court.
And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Warriors ball.
A different look now for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson comes in for Mozgov. And Smith subbed in for Irving.
J.R. Smith.
There's 42 seconds left to play here in the half. Spates kicks to Iguodala. Now the feed to Spates. Here's Livingston. And no good as it rattles out.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Barbosa dishes to Iguodala. Back to Barbosa. Iguodala, the pass to Livingston. To the wing on the left. Here's Spates. And he banks in the layup.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Warriors on top, running away with it. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Steph, what's been the key to what's working well out there for you guys right now?
Defensive end, we rebound the ball, keeping them off the glass, and being able to execute an offensive end.
Steph, thank you so much. Plenty of ingredients to a solid effort, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Golden State did not hesitate to set the pace. They launched into a 6-0 run with an impressive effort on both ends of the floor. They were hot as the first quarter came to a close, making all 5 of their last 5 shots of the period. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
In terms of their offensive performance, that was a very well-played half of basketball. Good ball movement off the ball, hard screens being set, and they found the guy for the open look. That's how they were able to keep such a tremendous percentage from the field. With that fluid, efficient offense, they'll be tough to catch in the second half.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to get going once again. Hey, during the break, players getting a chance to refuel and hydrate with some Gatorade as there is more basketball in store.
You know, Barnes is playing well. 12 points and 1 assist.
Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots, and it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. And for LeBron James, a remarkable step. Greg, he had increased his field goal percentage for 7 consecutive seasons going into 2014.
Yeah, a steep decline last season, though, back below 50%. Was it just the challenge of new teammates and a new system, or the mileage he's accumulated? This season may start to answer that question.
And there's a whistle. It goes on Iman Shumpert. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Iman Shumpert. That's his 3rd personal, the team's first.
Irving against Curry. And Bogut slams it in.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
LeBron James. First personal foul, 2-second.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Curry kicks to Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And that's 12 points for Draymond Green. Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Irving. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Yeah, foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there.
Which he clearly wasn't on that play. Or maybe he was thinking just about something other than basketball.
Well, speaking of thinking, back home, guys, we call that a good old-fashioned brain freeze.
Barnes can't get it to go.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think. Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. Goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
Finished off the break. Barnes has got 14.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Mozgov's shot is off. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots, and James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year.
Here's Golden State. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. That's good. 14 points for Draymond Green.
You know, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Here's Barnes. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 16 points for Barnes.
Boy, they've got them on their heels the way they've been running the ball up and down, right down their throat.
Yeah, some explosive plays we're seeing now in transition have really keyed this run. Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Shumpert, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Well, we know the Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. The Cavaliers shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there.
And credit to the Cavs for going out and getting Mozgov. I mean, they paid a hefty price giving up the 2 first-rounders. But thus far, he's proved to be worth it.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big time.